All right, so you sent over a really fascinating set of articles about AI and the future of consulting.
Yeah.
It's a hot topic, and, from what I'm seeing, you're looking for answers that go deeper than just robots are taking over.
Yeah, it feels like that's the narrative a lot of people are focusing on, but the reality is much more complex.
Definitely. We've got think tank reports, we've got industry publications, even a data scientist's personal blog post.
Right.
It's a really diverse mix, so it gives us a chance to look at this disruption from all sides.
Uh-huh.
So let's use this deep dive to figure this out. Are consultants about to go extinct, or will they evolve and thrive in this new AI-powered world?
I think a good place to start is acknowledging that AI is already changing things.
Okay.
One article highlights how McKinsey acquired an AI company.
Oh, really?
It was called Quantum Black back in 2015.
Wow, 2015.
Yeah, and that was a real signal of how seriously these big firms are taking AI.
2015, that was like almost a decade ago. It seems like they were way ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting how that acquisition flew under the radar a bit. It wasn't front page news back then, but looking back, it was a pretty significant moment.
Oh, absolutely. It really was. And what's fascinating is how AI is being used not just to automate, but to actually enhance what consultants do.
I see.
For example, one of these reports goes into detail about how a firm used AI to analyze consumer sentiment.
Oh, okay.
They looked at social media news articles and even financial reports
Wow.
to help a client reposition their brand.
Uh-huh.
It gave them insights they couldn't have gotten otherwise, even with a team of analysts.
So it's almost like AI is giving consultants a superpower. They're not just working faster, they're seeing things they couldn't see before.
Right.
But then does that diminish the role of the consultant?
Uh-huh.
I mean, if AI is doing all the heavy lifting, what's left for the human consultant to do?
That's where things get really interesting. One of the data scientists we're looking at today argues that while AI can process information incredibly fast, it still has trouble with context.
Okay.
AI might flag a potential risk based on a dip in sales numbers. Right.
But a human consultant talking to people on the ground might discover that the dip was due to like a temporary supply chain issue,
Huh?
not an actual loss of market share.
That's a great point. So AI might be able to spot the red flags,
Yeah,
but it's the human consultant who can investigate and figure out what's really going on.
exactly.
It's like having a superpowered detective partner, but you still need to be the one to interpret the clues and make the final call.
That's a great way to put it.
So these articles also highlight the potential impact of AI on entry-level consulting roles.
Yeah.
And we're seeing tasks traditionally done by analysts, like building those basic financial models, becoming increasingly automated. So does that mean fewer entry-level jobs in consulting?
Right.
That's a real concern for people just starting their careers. If the robots are doing all the grunt work, what's left for humans to learn?
It's a valid concern, and the articles offer some insight into how those roles might shift. One article suggests that rather than focusing on technical tasks that can be automated.
New consultants will need to develop strong client management skills and communication skills.
Okay.
Along with the ability to work effectively alongside AI tools. They'll need to be able to interpret the data the AI is producing and communicate those insights to clients.
Okay, so fewer spreadsheets, more people skills. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But couldn't AI eventually do that too? Learn how to communicate and manage clients?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've already got chatbots that can hold conversations that feel surprisingly human.
It's true. AI is constantly evolving,
Hmm.
but there's a fundamental difference between mimicking human interaction and truly understanding human behavior,
Yeah.
especially in a business setting.
Yeah.
One of the articles points out that clients hire consultants not just for their expertise, but for their judgment,
Yeah.
their ability to navigate complex situations, and their understanding of human factors.
Right.
All of those influence decision-making.
It's that human touch, the ability to build trust and rapport that AI still struggles with. You might get a perfect analysis from an AI, but a client might be more likely to follow the advice of a human consultant they trust, even if that advice is a little less data-driven.
It's about building that relationship and understanding not just what the data says, but what it means for the people involved. So AI can be an incredibly powerful tool for analysis, but it doesn't eliminate the need for human judgment, empathy, and relationship building.
It almost feels like the role of the consultant is becoming even more crucial in this AI-driven world. They're the ones who bridge the gap between data and decision-making.
Yeah.
They make sure that the insights from AI are actually used effectively.
Mhm.
But how are consulting firms adapting to this new landscape? Are they embracing AI or are they resisting it?
They seem to be doing a little bit of both embracing and adapting. The articles highlight a few different approaches.
Okay.
Some firms are acquiring AI companies.
Like McKinsey?
Right, exactly like we saw with McKinsey and Quantum Black. Others are building internal AI teams.
So like their own in-house tech startups?
Yeah, kind of. And then there are firms forming partnerships with AI specialists.
Bringing in outside expertise.
Exactly.
So it's like a multi-pronged strategy. They're experimenting with different ways to integrate AI,
Yeah.
but it seems like there's a common thread.
What's that?
They're not just trying to replace consultants with AI.
Right. They're using it to enhance their existing services, to make their human consultants more effective.
I see.
Take BCG Gamma, for example. They've built this internal team of data scientists and AI experts who work directly with their traditional consultants.
Okay.
One article talks about how they used AI to develop a predictive model for a retail client.
Interesting.
It helped them optimize their inventory and pricing strategies, and it resulted in a big increase in profitability for the clients.
So it's like they're creating a hybrid model where humans and AI work together, each playing to their strengths.
Exactly.
But isn't there a risk that clients might be hesitant to trust AI with their business decisions? There's still a perception that AI is a black box, that it's hard to understand how it arrives at its conclusions.
That's a really important point. Transparency is going to be critical for building trust in AI-powered consulting.
Okay.
One of the reports suggests that firms need to be able to clearly explain to their clients how their AI solutions work
Yeah.
and what data they're using to generate their insights. They need to be able to show their work, so to speak.
So make sure clients understand that the AI isn't just pulling answers out of thin air.
Right.
It's using real data analyzed rigorously to make its recommendations.
Exactly.
But then how do you balance that transparency with protecting the algorithms and intellectual property? These firms are developing, they can't just give away all their secrets.
That's the challenge, finding the right balance between transparency and confidentiality.
Yeah.
But one of the articles suggests that firms might start offering different levels of access to their AI insights. Maybe they provide a high-level overview of the AI's methodology to all clients, but offer more detailed explanations to clients who are willing to pay a premium.
Interesting. So it's like a tiered system.
Yeah, you could say that.
You get the basic package, or you can upgrade to the deluxe version with all the bells and whistles.
Exactly.
But regardless of the level of transparency, it seems like the key to success in this new world is for consultants to really understand data and technology.
Absolutely. The articles talk a lot about the importance of data literacy and technological fluency for the future of consulting.
Right.
It's not just about being able to use AI tools. It's about understanding how AI algorithms work. It's about being able to speak the language of data.
So you need to be able to communicate with data scientists and AI specialists.
Yes, and to translate those technical insights into business strategies.
So while you don't need to be a coder, you need to be comfortable with data and technology. You need to be able to see the patterns in the data, understand AI's potential and limitations, and know how to use these tools to solve business problems.
It's like consultants need to become bilingual fluent in both the language of business and the language of data.
That's a great way to put it.
And it's not just about the technical side. The articles also emphasize the importance of connecting data and human behavior.
Okay.
It's about understanding how people make decisions, how they respond to information, and how those insights can be used to develop more effective strategies.
So AI might be able to tell you what's happening, but it's the human consultant who can tell you why it's happening.
Right.
And what it means.
It's about bringing together the analytical power of AI with the emotional intelligence and contextual understanding of a human.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that while AI can be a powerful tool for analysis, it's the human element that ultimately drives success.
Couldn't agree more.
This has been incredibly insightful. I'm starting to get a much clearer picture of how AI is reshaping the consulting landscape. We've talked about how AI is augmenting the work of consultants, how firms are adapting to this new technology, and the importance of developing new skills and ways of thinking. But what does this all mean for someone considering a career in consulting, or for seasoned professionals who are looking to stay ahead of the curve?
It seems like all these articles emphasize that AI isn't about replacing consultants.
Right.
It's about empowering them. It's a tool that can really boost their capabilities
Okay.
and help them deliver even more value to their clients.
That's a refreshing perspective. It feels like there's a lot of fear around AI,
Yeah.
but these articles paint a much more optimistic picture.
Well, it's understandable that people get apprehensive about new technology,
Right.
especially when it has the potential to disrupt entire industries.
Uh-huh.
But history shows that these advancements usually lead to new opportunities.
New ways of working.
Exactly. The key is adaptability
Okay.
and focusing on developing the skills that will be needed in this new world.
What advice would you give to someone who's feeling a bit lost?
First, don't panic. The robots aren't taking over just yet.
Okay.
AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. The key is to approach it with curiosity and a willingness to learn and adapt.
So embrace the change, don't fear it.
And there are practical steps you can take to prepare for this future.
Okay, like what?
We'll start by educating yourself about AI. There are tons of resources available online, from articles and videos to more in-depth courses.
I see.
Find something that works for you and start exploring.
Knowledge is power.
Exactly. What else can you do?
Yeah.
Experiment with AI tools. There are many free or inexpensive ones available.
Okay.
They can help you with things like data analysis, market research, even content creation.
That's a great way to learn by doing.
Get hands-on, play around, and see what they can do.
And don't forget those uniquely human skills we talked about.
Of course.
Seek out opportunities to improve your communication skills, your emotional intelligence, your ability to build relationships.
Yes, those are the skills that will make you indispensable.
So invest in yourself in both technical skills and those soft skills.
And remember, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
The landscape will keep changing and new opportunities will pop up. The key is to stay curious,
Right.
to be adaptable,
Be ready for anything.
and to embrace the challenge.
That's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
So to recap, embrace AI, develop those essential skills, and stay curious. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of consulting.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
And to our listeners, we hope you found this deep dive insightful and empowering. The future is yours to shape, so go out there and make it happen.